So yesterday already we learned regarding the glycolysis. It is the one of the major biochemical reaction or important regarding the productions of energy in the form of ATP. So our body cells they got the ATP. The major source for ATP is the glycolysis. So that's why the glycolysis is most important. Glycolysis means breakdown of glucose into pyruvate. Okay, the breakdown of glucose into two molecule of pyruvate, two hydrogen atom and two other atoms. Okay, so that was glycolysis. Simple, it is the breakdown. So now simple you can think about. So what happens? So when the glycolysis is not occurs properly, or what happens when the glycolysis is more than normal, you think that once. Okay, if have anyone got the answer, then you can answer. Okay, so what happen when the glycolysis is more than normal or it is less than normal? It's simply if it is automatically slow down it or it can increases. So we are studying regarding the glycolysis, then introductions. So it can responsible for productions of two molecule of pyruvate. You remember this point. Each glucose metabolized can code into two molecules of pyruvate, then two hydrogen ion, two molecules of waters. Okay, these two pyruvate further they convert into acetyl CoA. Then acetyl CoA enter in the TCA cycle. Then where it can produces approximately 12 ATP each pyruvate, but each glucose produces two pyruvate. It means it can double the ATP can produces. So that you should be remember. Then so here only first and third and 10 steps are the irreversible steps. Remaining are the reversible. They can reverse the in the case of the emergency. Okay, in the deficiency of glucose, the remaining steps they are reverses and they can helpful for to restore the glucose level in the bloods. So these are the entry point through which the glucose can enter the body by dietary or by breakdown of glycogen or by other monosaccharides from lactose, fructose, and as well as from other free fatty acids and amino acid the glucose can enter in our body. Okay, so then these are the transporters or gateway, so they can allow the entry of glucose inside the body. It is also helpful for you regarding the choose of therapy. Okay, so it is also helpful for to choose or to use the correct therapy or choose the medications. Okay, from which once again my question for you, as the you are the doctor of pharmacy or pharmacy students, so are able to find out that what is that clue? वो clue क्या है यहाँ पे find out कर सकते क्या? So that will be learned from the so this chart. Okay, so then the glycolysis mainly divided into two phases, that are energy investment and energy gain phases. First five steps, so they are known as the preparatory phase or energy investment phase, and last five, that is 5 to 10, they are known as the payoff phase. Okay, or energy production or produce phase. So this is the first reaction, hexokinase. This enzyme only found in the mitochondria. Okay, and mitochondria function is only active when you having the oxygens. So mitochondrial function mainly depending upon the oxygen. If having the stress means free radical generated. If the free radical generated means the mitochondrial dysfunction is occurs. If mitochondrial dysfunction occurs means this enzyme is not available for metabolism of the glucose. Okay, so that is the stress or that is the free radicals. You should be free from the free radicals generation in your body as well as free from the stress, then only your sugar level can be controlled. Second steps, phosphoglucoisomerase reactions. Then third, that is phosphofructokinase. This enzyme is known as the regulators of glycolysis. It is speed up the reaction or slow down the reactions. So that's why this step is most important. And its activity is inhibited by glucagon and its activity is increased by insulin. Okay, अगर आप ग्लूकोज लेवल रैपिडली कंट्रोल करना है, देन यू कैन गिव द इंसुलिन. किसी का शुगर लेवल कभी कभी 800 होता है. ओके, शुगर लेवल इज 800 mg पर डेसीलीटर ऑफ ब्लड. वो नीड टू रैपिडली विद इन 24 नीड टू कंट्रोल द शुगर should be less than 150. For WER, only one option is there to accelerate the glycolysis. And how the glycolysis accelerate? By enhancing the phosphocutaneous enzyme activity. And that enzyme activity was accelerate, increases by insulin only. So that's why if any type of diabetes is there, if the sugar level is uncontrolled means the first doctor they are using the insulins. This is also one of the reasons to rapidly to control the or immediately control the sugar level. That is also remembers. Okay, then इसका एक्टिविटी इनिबिट करता ग्लूकोगॉन्स. ओके, अगर ग्लूकोगॉन की एक्टिविटी बढ़ गया शुगर लेवल बढ़ता है by increasing the by inhibiting the phosphocotus kinase. This is also you should be remembers. Then is the aldolases. It can respond for formations of the other two polymers. The no sorry glucose molecules. That is a 3 carbon containing like DHAP and GAP, and among them only one can enter in the next phase. So up to the 5 steps. So these are the energy investment phase. So now today we learn regarding the energy payout phase, that is the step 6. So step 6, that is glyceride 3-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme is involved. So this enzyme along with the NAD, it can oxidize the glyceride 3-phosphate and it can add the 1-phosphate group to the 3-glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. First, so this in the presence of this enzyme, so this nucleic adenine diphosphate, that is NAD, it can oxidize the glyceride 3-phosphate, then converted into 1,3-bis, that is bis phosphoglycerate plus NADH and H. So here also one hydrogen ion can be formed and also responsible for the formations of energy molecule, that is the NADH, simply by additions of phosphate group to the 3-glyceride, that is glyceride 3-phosphate, and in the presence of this enzyme, that is a dehydrogenase and NAD, one phosphate group can be added and it become the 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate. So next one, that is the step 7, phosphoglycerate kinase. In this step also the energy was produced. So here 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate, it can lose the or it can lose the 1-phosphate group, then it become 3-phosphoglycerate. And here also the magnesium is required as a cofactor for phosphoglycerate kinase enzyme. So this is an enzyme. In the presence of magnesium, it can remove the 1-phosphate group from the 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate, then responsible for the formations of the 3-phosphoglycerate. So like that, so this enzyme is responsible for formations of ATP. Okay, it is responsible for the formations of the ATP. Or ATP or energy is formed in the step 7 also. So that's why this step is considered under the energy payout phase. So next one, step 8, that is the phosphoglycerate mutase. Okay, so here only the phosphate group can be changes. So in the 3-phosphoglycerate, the phosphate group is in the positions of carbon 3. But in the presence of phosphoglycerate mutase enzyme, so that phosphate group position can changes. It can transport to the carbon 2. So that it becomes 2-phosphoglycerate. Only the phospho group, it can changes from 3rd carbon to the 2nd carbon atom, then responsible for formations of the 2-phosphoglycerate. So that's why, so there is no energy can be processed. Only it can convert 3-phosphoglycerate into 2-phosphoglycerate. It is the 8 steps of the glycolysis. So regarding the next, that is the 9th step, that is the analase enzyme is involved here. So this analase enzyme, it was responsible for conversions of 2-phosphoglycerate into phosphoenol pyruvate by losing a one molecule of water. So the water, it can form in the step 9 in the presence of analase. So where the 2-phosphoglycerate can convert it into phosphoenol pyruvate, that is PEP. This is the 9th step. Then the last one, that is the step 10, that is the pyruvate kinase is involved in these steps. So here the phosphoenol pyruvate in the presence of kinase enzyme, it can convert into ATP by causing the loss of phosphate group from the carbon atom 2. Okay, so then it was responsible for the formations of the ATP. In the 10 steps also, the ATP can be formed in the presence of the pyruvate kinase enzyme. So where the phosphoenol pyruvate can convert into a pyruvate. So it is the end of the glycolysis. So all the 10 steps can be converted or completed. So where the glucose can convert into 2 molecule of a pyruvate. Then this pyruvate, in the further step, it can go to the electron chain reactions. So where this pyruvate is converted into acetyl CoA. Okay, so then it can forms the NADH. Then from the acetyl CoA, so that acetyl CoA in the matrix of the mitochondria, it can enter in the TCA cycle. So then were each pyruvate molecule responsible formations of the 12 ATP. So like that, approximately the 34 ATP can be produced by each glucose molecule metabolisms. Okay, so that ATP is helpful for to nourish the body. Okay, so next one is the result of glycolysis. So in the glycolysis, 2 molecule of pyruvate is produced and as well as 2 molecule of water is produced along with productions of 2 molecule of the hydrogen. So regarding the energy, so 4 ATP is produced and 2 ATP are used in the energy utilization steps. In the step first to 5, so were the 2 ATP. So next result is the only 2 ATP. And regarding the productions of NADH, the 2 molecule is produced, okay, of the NADH. Then they are energy rich compound, so they are responsible for formations of the 6 ATP and total like that. So the 8 ATP was produced in the glycolysis. Among 2 will be the loss. Okay, so that's why here it is giving. So that is from stage 1 during the glycolysis, net ATP yield is a 5, and in the stage 2, that is the conversions of pyruvate to acetyl CoA, that is NADH, transport the hydrogen ion electrons, that can produce the 5 ATP. Then in the TCA cycle, it can produce the from 2 ATP, and from NADH it produces 15 ATP, from FADH2 produces 3 ATP total, the 30 ATP molecule. So they are produces 30 molecules of ATP. So that was produces the metabolism of the each glucose. So this is the flow charts. So how the glucose can metabolize? The glucose can metabolize into the 2 pyruvate. So under the aerobic conditions, but under the aerobic condition further. So this pyruvate, 2 molecule of pyruvate was responsible for formations of the 2 molecule of acetyl CoA. Then this acetyl CoA enter in the citric acid cycle, then responsible for formations of carbon dioxide and water. There is 4 molecule of carbon dioxide and 4 molecule of water is produced from metabolism of 2 acetyl CoA or metabolism of 2 pyruvate or metabolism of the glucose. So like that, in the presence of oxygen, if the glycolysis occurs, means so that glucose responsible for conversions of two pyruvate molecule. From the two pyruvate molecule, it can enter in the electron transport chain reaction. It can respond formation of 2-acetyl-CoA. Then 2-acetyl-CoA is enter in the citric acid cycle. Then responsible for formations of the 4 carbon dioxide, 4 water. Okay, so like that, total around 30 to 34 ATP will be produced. If there is a lack of oxygen, then the same 2 pyruvate, instead of 2 acetyl CoA, it can convert into 2 lactate molecule, or it can convert into 2 ethanol or 2 carbon dioxide. In the presence of yeast, it was responsible for the formations of ethanol. So like that, the ethanol is fermented from the glucose in the presence of the yeast. But in the some cells and some microorganisms, especially in the muscle cell, they do not have lack sufficient concentrations of oxygen. So where anaerobic glycolysis occurs, so where the 2 pyruvate can convert into 2 lactate, then it can produce the lactoacidosis. So this is regarding the fates and results of the glycolysis. So regarding the clinical relevance, so when the maximum glucose utilized by the muscle cells, in the muscle the oxygen will be the lack or less oxygen will be the present. So due to that, it can undergo the anaerobic glycolysis. So in our body, the maximum the glucose can metabolize by an anaerobic metabolism process. So that's why even in the low concentration of oxygen, we can got the ATP because of the anaerobic glycolysis. But due to anaerobic glycolysis, the lactic acid is processed. So this lactic acid, it was enter in the cell or it was enter in the bloodstream. So where it can cause the lactic acidosis. Is nothing but the pH of the body fluids or blood can be decreases towards the acidic. Actually, the pH of our blood is a 7.4, nearly neutral. Okay, if the pH is decreases due to release of lactic acid by anaerobic glycolysis, so that condition was known as the acidosis. So due to lactic acid, so that acidosis occurs, so that's why it is known as the lactic acidosis. That is the release of the lactic acid or formations of lactic acids. So during the lactic acidosis, so the our organs under the hyperactivity. Okay, so they are do not follow the normal rhythm. So all organ are under the hyperactivity. So due to that, all organ functions can abnormal. There is a chance of the organ dysfunction or severe or untreated disorder may be occurs. Even so, due to uncontrolled your pH, that was responsible to cause of the diabetes mellitus or responsible to cause of the cancer or responsible to cause of the hypertension, because the acidosis, it can accelerate the all cells function, all organ functions. So due to that, we are suffering from the more kind of the disorder. So that's why you always you can improve the oxygen level in your body to avoid the acidosis. Okay, if the pH, if it is more than 7.4, so that was known as the alkalosis. In alkalosis condition, the permanent, the failure of the organism occurs, that is irreversible failure of the tissues or tissue injury will be occurs in the case of the respiratory alkalosis. But in the case of acidosis, the hyperactivity or failure of the organism, this is the clinical relevance related to the glycolysis. If it is aerobic glycolysis, there is no problems. Okay, if it is no problem, and some peoples are there, so they vigorously do the exercise and immediately they can take the rest. Okay, so they rapidly run for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, immediately they can take the rest, then sleep down. Okay, so such kind of exercise is also responsible for lactic acidosis. So that's why So ideal way of the exercise is first you can warm up your body, accelerate, you can adjust your body according to your events or activities. The body can adjust it. Then as well as the inspiration expression is also adjusted according to your warm up. So that's what is known as the warm up. Every physical activity exercise that should be have the warm up. So if you anywhere you can participate in the athletic games, mean first few seconds, few minutes, you should be warm up. Already you can watch in the Olympics games in your TV. Okay, before some start of the game, all candidates or players, so they're involved in the warm up because they want to adjust their body according to situation and condition. Then same dear students, if you are involved in the exercise or if you are insisting to exercise to any your patients or your family members, first inform to them, so they should be warm up at least for 5 minutes. Warm up, okay, so that warm up is helpful for to adjust your body according to these situations. Later on, so they can go for the running, exercise, speed walks. Okay, immediately they do not start. And another clue is there, after exercise, immediately you don't go for the rest. You do not go for rest. If you are taken rest means whole your exercise was fail because of lactic acidosis. So should be alert. And at least minimum you should be go for exercise 25 minutes. Then only you can got the effect of exercise continuously. It may be slow walking, it may be speed walking, it may be running, it may be gym or any other kind of exercise. So that should be 25 minutes. Not less than 25 minutes. It should be avoid the lactic acid. Otherwise, we are suffering from the lactic acidosis or acidosis. Due to that, once again, we are suffering various malfunctions of the organs or we are suffering from the disorder. This is the one clinical relevance related to the glycolysis. That's why always you can concentrate on the aerobic exercise. Next, on the cancer and glycolysis, in the cancer cell, the rate of glycolysis is more. Okay, it will be the more. So by monitoring the rate of glycolysis, you can also got the idea regarding the cancers. Or if you are successfully inhibit the cancer glycolysis in cancer cell means, then also you can treat the cancers or you can correct the cancers. For example, the drug is imatinib. So this drug, it can reduces the this enzyme, that is synthesis of hexokinase. Then it can decrease the glycolysis in the cancer cell. Then it was helpful for treatment of the cancer. So nowadays in the present scenario, present day, imatinib is the first line drug common for treatment of the cancer. Okay, so that's why. So nowadays it is the one of the important drug commonly used for treatment of the cancers.